tons of companies were being built.
Yep.
And there were two things that were scarce, right? Capital was scarce,
Mm-hmm.
and expertise or adult supervision was scarce, right? You had all these young guys, trying to create these companies, and they needed money and they needed smart people to kind of steer them in the right direction. So we said, let's go and fill this gap. So we raised $33 million. Eh, syempre, yung mga kasama ko
Wow.
first, right? So they knew a lot of the high net worths out there. We raised 33 million bucks. And then we proceeded to build the platform. We hired really seasoned professionals in disciplines that we thought would be helpful to the startups, right? So we got very senior headhunters because these guys always
Talent.
need to. We got very senior marketing and PR people because one of the weapons of a startup is free publicity, right?
Yep.
We, of course, had investment bankers because they needed to raise capital, and we had a bunch of lawyers because you had to, legally paper all of these deals. And we had a few, ex-technology consultants on the team.
Got it.
The whole thesis was, let's go and invest in these young companies, and then let's add some of these services. So our business model was we invest and we get equity for services. Now, very soon after we launched the company in March, I learned one of my biggest lessons as an entrepreneur.
Which is?
Timing is everything.
Yes, absolutely.
In fact, if you listen to most people who talk about success and failure as an entrepreneur, people like Adam Gross, the founder of Idea Lab, right? He says the single biggest reason companies fail is bad timing.
Yep.
Not the team, it's not the founder, it's not the idea, it's the timing. So we learned this lesson firsthand. You're nodding your head.
Yeah. I did Party File. I remember this is my first startup. Kickstart invested on it 2013. We even created this app that gets people into the club using QR codes. 2013, 2014 QR codes. Good luck. Scanners weren't around. Now everybody's using QR codes. Here, Gcash me this, Gcash me that. And again, it didn't survive because it was too early for its time. I had to be one of those collateral damage that paved the way for this. I've seen also so many startups like this in the Philippines, like Tripid, ride sharing, until it became, there's so many startups that died ahead of its time that was just too early for its time as well. So what happened with IRG and those things?
Yeah, so we learned this firsthand. As I told you, we incorporated March of 2000. And the NASDAQ, right, the internet bubble burst.
Oh, no.
Right, April of 2000. This business model we had, right, which is a venture builder, it's built for a bull market, not a bear market, right? And so anyway, in any event, we continue to make investments, right, for the remainder of the year, right? So we invested in companies in Australia, Hong Kong, Japan, Singapore, even the US. But by the time we got to the end of the year 2000, we looked at each other and said, you know what? This thing ain't going to come roaring back anytime soon. We got to do something different. We have to pivot.